Now, last section of the talk, talking about finance. So I'm going to say finance is easy. Some people, and what I mean by this is like the accounts and payroll and all of the managing that side of a company. Often people think like incorporating a company, and also the legal stuff, people think of it as confusing. You need to study a business degree. There's all this stuff to learn when you need to start a company, and dealing with all of the cash and all of that is going to be really complicated. That stuff you can basically pick up as you go along or learn it online like that. It's just a breeze. Not difficult, not something to worry about, I would argue. But having a PowerPoint that stays up for the whole time that you're talking, that's actually pretty hard. Not quite as hard as raising money, but pretty hard. So what I'm going to talk about now is raising capital, raising investment for your business, which I think is, for a lot of startups, is really make or break. If you get that right, it sets you on the track to being able to achieve something. If you can't raise investment and run out of money, you're kind of stuck. So I think there's not necessarily enough education out there for young people looking at how to do this. And I've kind of learned through raising 2 rounds for GroupSpaces, a bit of trial and error, talking to different people who've done it before. And what I'll hopefully be able to do is share some of the things that I've found that works. So there's kind of 5 areas that you can look to for raising capital for your startup. The first way, bootstrapping, is not taking on investment at all. It might be if you're trying to build a web company, you get paid to do web development on the side to fund your business while you're building your product. Or you do just some other job to get the money in to allow you to do that. Or you work for a year in an investment bank and try and earn as much money as you can and save it up, and then spend the next couple of years living off that money while you build the startup. And the big benefit with that is that you're not giving away any equity in the company. But sooner or later, unless you manage to create something profitable very, very quickly, you're going to need to raise outside capital. The vast majority of technology startups, this is the case, because you need to invest quite a lot of time actually building the technology before you're ready to monetize it well. So I've kind of put these in order of how much money you can expect to get from each of these routes. The first one, which is the easiest one, is the 3 Fs, friends, family, and fools. So right at the early stages with an idea, you don't really have a business. It's you and maybe you and your co-founder, and you've got this prospect of working on something. And if you're looking to get some investment for that, the person's basically investing in you. That's it. So actually with GroupSpaces, I managed to get 10 grand off my dad for this right early on, which it didn't allow us to do much, but in terms of the basics, it did help. And it's most people, if they look to family or friends of family, or someone will be able to give you a bit of cash early on if you really need it. So that's probably the easiest route. Next up, seed accelerators. So these are in some ways now competing with graduate job schemes for what students interested in business do when they finish uni. So how they work, Seedcamp, Y Combinator, Techstars, is Seedcamp's based in London, Y Combinator is based in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, Techstars is based in a few places in the US. How they work is that they select once or twice a year a group of startups that are at the super early stage, like it's a couple of people in a demo usually. And we're talking here about mobile and web ideas predominantly. And they'll take maybe 15, 20 of these very embryonic startups, give them a little bit of capital. So Y Combinator you'll get $15,000-$20,000. seed cap's a bit more. In London, you get 50,000 euros if you win that. And that you'll get put on a 3-month kind of mentoring program where you'll get introduced to a lot of really cool people in the startup community who can help you out, experienced entrepreneurs. And at the end of this process of 3 months, you have an investor day where you'll be invited to pitch your startup in front of all of the best investors in that geography that you're in. So in Y Combinator is phenomenal. They get a couple of hundred people in Silicon Valley, all of the people that you'd likely to want to raise money from in that room watching you for one day. So that is a great platform to launch a company on if you're thinking about it. So that's kind of $15,000-$20,000 up to maybe £50,000 tops. The next level up, angel investors. I'd encourage you to think about if you're looking to raise your first serious round of investment where you're looking to use it to hire new staff and take your business forwards. Maybe £50,000 to £500,000 is what you could expect to get from angel investors. And typically, angels will put in £25,000, £50,000 each. And these are going to be wealthy individuals who most likely have started a company themselves before and want to invest in the next generation. And this is who we went to first. So you can either meet angels personally through introductions, or you can pitch at angel investor network events, which are basically what Dragon's Den's based on, where you stand up like this in front of a room full of investors, pitch your idea, and afterwards you can get asked questions. And that's actually how we raised our first round of funding with GroupSpaces, through an angel investor network up in Oxford. Then venture capital is the next level up. So if you're looking for $500,000 plus for your business, and you've probably already raised some of the earlier capital by this point in time or achieved a lot, that's when you want to start thinking about venture capitalists.